everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Silvia. I am a cancer survivor and thriver, and today I wanted to share my pregnancy journey with you after a cancer diagnosis. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Today I am in my bedroom without a lot of makeup on because I wanted to share my pregnancy story with you because I feel like it's a little bit different than any other cancer survivors pregnancy journeys out there, and I'm gonna get into the nitty-gritty of it. But first off, I wanted to ask you guys, if you have not watched my cancer diagnosis story, I'm gonna link it right here so you can go ahead and watch it, and also talk to you about cancer, just a little bit touch upon that. So I got diagnosed with breast cancer stage 3B, triple positive, at the age of 33, which I think is quite young. We had just gotten married, we made plans to get pregnant soon, so this was a shock to both of us, and it was that moment when we had to sit down and put our cards down and talk about the future and face the reality. We could not think of growing our family after a cancer diagnosis. After being diagnosed with cancer, you cannot really put yourself together to that level where you can make plans and think of kids. For me, the most important part was the present and living in the present and making it count. So thinking like 5 years ahead, it was not my plan and it was not in the cards for me. And the truth was that I couldn't get pregnant for the next 5 years, and I would have been 38. So the chances of getting pregnant at 38 are lower. So we had to talk about it, like, what if I can't get pregnant? What if I'm going to be too old? What if I cannot have babies after a very intense chemotherapy treatment? What is it going to happen to us? When you get diagnosed with breast cancer, there's a couple of steps that you have to follow. This is the protocol. So I was recommended to go to a fertility clinic. This is the next step. This is what they make the appointment for, to have that conversation with a specialist and talk about your options for the future, like if you're thinking to have babies. Without thinking too much about it, I just wanted to explore all my options before starting the chemotherapy treatment. And plus I was quite young. I just wanted to see what my options are. So I think within a week after being diagnosed with breast cancer, we made the appointment to a fertility clinic, which, by the way, it's not covered by insurance by any means, even if you are diagnosed with breast cancer. So you have to pay out of the pocket, and we just made the appointment, we showed up, and we had an open mind. Now, this is my experience. I am not pointing fingers. I'm not saying that you should do or should not do what I did. I am sharing my experience with you guys and what worked for me. So I don't know if I was still under the shock of being diagnosed with breast cancer. I don't know if I was still not okay, but going to that kind of appointment shook me even more, and I'm gonna explain why. So we got there. I thought it's just gonna be a consultation, a conversation with a specialist, and then we're gonna continue with our day. It wasn't like that. It was like half of a day we spent in that practice, going from one room to another, getting ultrasounds. My husband, they drew blood from him. It was a whole day of consultations, seeing a navigator, nurse, seeing a specialist, seeing an ultrasound tech, then a doctor, then a financial person. But it was such a full day, and it was such an overwhelming day. So if you're going through that, I kind of want you to be prepared that you're gonna be in there for a while. So at least bring snacks or just prep yourself for that, because it's gonna be a process. So I went in there, like I said, we went in there very open-minded. We just wanted to know what our options are, and they wanted me to start the treatment right away, which is not an easy treatment. You get injection in your belly for quite a while. They are painful, and I couldn't see myself going through that at that time. I mean, I just got diagnosed with breast cancer. Seeing my body going through another procedure before chemotherapy, I couldn't be at peace with that. You know, it is a business, so you have to be open-minded about that, but then it also has to benefit you. Now, in my experience, this was a shock, like another shock to me. Going again from one room to another, you know, seeing all these people talking about all these plans, I wasn't ready. And I could not even bear the thought that I might not even live, you know, in the next 5 years, let alone have babies. And it's not from a selfish point. I think it's more because I just want to make sure I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna go through this, and it's not gonna be easy. And I wanted to be strong for that treatment, for the chemotherapy. I wanted to be strong for what I was about to go through. I didn't want it to lower my chances or my strength, putting my body go through other procedures as well. So we left the practice shook. I think this is the only word that comes up to my mind right now. And I remember that day being a blur, just because again I saw so many people, I talked to so many specialists. It was overwhelming. You feel rushed, you feel pushed, because this happened on a Friday. They wanted me to go in, get the procedure done on Monday already, and I was about to start chemo the following week. So a week before chemotherapy, they wanted to start doing things, and I just felt extremely rushed and extremely overwhelmed. I think this was the only word. Now, side note, if you are going through this, or if you want to have babies, by all means try everything under the sun, because I feel like, you know, God gives us everything we want, but we do have to do our part. We do have to do the work. So try everything under the sun. Do everything that you can. Seriously, this is what I believe in. Like, I would just do anything in my power. If it's not meant to be, it's not gonna happen, but then at least you know you've tried everything. Now, in my situation at that time, I felt like I had to try everything just to stay alive. I didn't want to think of the future. I just want to stay in the present. I wanted to focus on living first, and then think of the babies. And I let everything in God's hands, and I said, you know, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. Even if I'm no older, even if I'm gonna have less eggs, it's gonna happen. So I don't know if it was a leap of faith, if you will, but because it was just so overwhelming what I've been through, because we just felt, we were so scared, my husband and I, we were just looking at each other, not knowing what to decide, not knowing how I'm gonna survive this. Then when we sat down and they told us that we can decide the sex of the baby and all these things in details, it scared me even more, because again, I feel like God will decide that for you. I don't know, for me it was a little weird. I understand it, and I think the medicine nowadays is amazing, and where we're at right now, it's freaking amazing, all the possibilities. But for me, again, I wasn't ready. So we went home, we talked to our families, and we decided to just focus on my treatment right now, and on me getting through this and staying healthy. And that's what we did. If you have watched my cancer journey, you know that I did not follow the protocol. I did not stick to the plan. This is just my opinion, this is just my experience, so that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. You might call me crazy or weird, but this is my experience. That's why I'm here, just to share my journey. So after 5 sessions of chemotherapy, I decided to stop the treatment and try alternative treatments. And then I did, you know, high doses of vitamin C, oxygen therapy, ozone therapy, infrared sauna, did Gerson therapy. You know, I changed my lifestyle, my diet. I went plant-based, hardcore. I ate mostly raw. So I was just nourishing my body and taking care of my body. So because I did not stick to the plan, I was not put on a 5 years pill, which was the hormonal pill. I did not take that. I did not take the surgery. I wanted to get myself in shape and stay healthy. So after the chemotherapy, I did all these alternative treatments, and after 6 months of all these treatments and putting my body, nourishing my body and building immunity, I started thinking of having babies. Now, 1 year later, after I was done with chemotherapy, I felt that I was in the best shape of my life. I felt healthy, I felt nourished, I felt like I was thriving, I felt very, very good in my body. So I tried to, I started discussing with my husband about getting pregnant, and also with my doctors about getting pregnant. So I got all these tests done about, to see if I'm fertile, to see if my body's ready for this. I did all these like blood work and blood tests to see if my body will be capable to carry a pregnancy and if it's detoxified enough of all the chemotherapy. So when I got the yes from all my doctors, I was like, I'm gonna get pregnant. I knew it. I knew inside of me it was time. I felt ready. I felt super healthy. I was not afraid whatsoever, and I tried, and I wanted to try it the natural way. Of course, I had all my options down the table. We were talking about, if I can't get pregnant, we can try, fertility clinics and whatnot, and go that and take that route and be more open and be more prepared for that, because now I'm stable, I'm healthy, my body's strong, and I can do this. A year after I was done with chemotherapy, my husband and I were like, let's try. We did try. It did happen 2 times or 3 times when I was ovulating. The 3rd time I got pregnant. And not only that I got pregnant, but I had the most beautiful and easy pregnancy of all times, I believe. It was the best time of my life being pregnant. Those 9 months were the high of my life, I would say. I just enjoy every bit of it. I kept nourishing my body. I kept eating plant-based, raw, juicing, smoothies. I just nourished my body, that at the end of those 9 months, I had almost a 9-pound baby. He's a big guy, but it was just the most beautiful gift God had given to me, because I put him first. I put God first, and I was like, if you heal me from this, I know I'm gonna be strong enough to carry a pregnancy. I know I can do this if you can bless me with that. And I got blessed. This was a blessing, and my son is a miracle, because all the doctors and all the people I talked to after 1 year of going through that harsh treatment and getting pregnant right away, pretty much with no help, with just, doing what I do, it is a miracle. And the fact that I had an easy pregnancy, that I didn't have to stay in bed, that I was able to work and to, do my workouts, and I was not sick at all, not even 1 day. I did not have morning sickness, nighttime sickness, nothing. I did not swell up. I did not get puffy, and I think it's all because of what I was eating and how I was fueling my body. I know my pregnancy story, it is a little bit different because I did not stick to the traditional protocol, but I feel extremely blessed, and I feel like I had to share the story with you, because you have to have hope no matter what you're going through. If you put God first, and if you pray to him, and if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. Like, we are in our life where we are supposed to be, and just being angry and being obnoxious and being agitated about where you are, it's not gonna do any good. It might even harm you. So just being at peace with your decision and with your present, I think that's the key. And I'm not saying that I was at peace when I got diagnosed with cancer, or even when I was going through cancer, but I came to peace with that fact that I have to go through this right now, and no matter the outcome, I'm gonna do my best and I'm gonna try my best to make this work. Yes, God gives you everything you want, but you do have to do the work. It's not like I prayed and I, dropped all the conventional medicine and I just prayed and I sat there and I, prayed for a miracle. That did not happen. I gave up the traditional protocol, but then I fought like crazy. I did everything. I went to Romania and I spent a couple of months there, and I did every protocol, and I ate the cleanest in my life, but I went hardcore. And this is how it happened when I got pregnant. I wanted to get pregnant and I knew I was ready, and then I did everything in my power to keep that pregnancy healthy and to keep that journey healthy. It was amazing. It was amazing because he was my gift of, I felt like, what I've had been through, and I don't know, it was just a godsend. So it was the most beautiful thing. So now it's like 14 months later. He's 14 months already. He's teething really badly, and so we had a couple of rough nights, but this was my pregnancy journey. And I don't know why I got so emotional, because I started really strong. But I feel like every baby is a miracle, not just my baby, because they are God sent. And when you look at them and they're pure, they're so pure, nothing is bad about them, nothing is mean about them, they're just perfection. And so you realize how amazing God is and how real God is in those moments when you hold your baby for the first time. And for me, I think it was even more special because of the cancer diagnosis and what I've been through, and the protocol, the chemotherapy that left me with no hair and shook me out of my bones. And I feel like it just, and then holding my baby, it was a dream come true. So what I'm here for is to tell you that everything and anything, it's possible if you have this desire in you that wants to fight and wants to accomplish things, and has this belief in you that it's gonna happen no matter what, or sooner or later, or if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. Whatever you have to do, just do. Always trust your gut and always listen to your heart. And when I knew my body was ready to get pregnant, I felt that. I mean it. I felt it in my gut. I felt it in my body that I am ready to bring a child into this world. I'm ready to carry a pregnancy. Cancer will not touch me again. So I trusted my gut. So this is basically my message to you. Trust your gut and do whatever you feel is right. But do your research, do your part, do your work. Just do whatever, but believe in it with all your heart. Believe that what you're doing and the path you're taking, it's the right path for you, not the right path for the others. Because we are put in the situation, especially when you're sick and especially when you get a diagnosis like that, to make choices for others. So for me, I'm so guilty of that. I used to be such a people pleaser, and I still work on that. Couldn't say no. And then when you hear all these people, like a team of doctors telling you what to do, and then I had to face them and say, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. This was the hardest thing. That was the hardest thing for me. But again, I listen to my God, and this is what I'm encouraging you to do. Do what's right for you. Take the traditional route, but take it with all your heart, not because you're scared of those white coats, not because you're scared of your family, what's gonna say and how it's gonna support you, or you're scared that you're gonna lose your job. Just do whatever is right for you, because if you do what's right for you, doors will open, things will happen, I promise. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.